Want to make your neck look thinner, trimmer, and younger? Coming up next, a San Francisco plastic surgeon introduces us to a new technique in neck liposculpture. Welcome back, everyone. It is called mini neck liposculpture, a new technique that supporters say takes years off your appearance in just a few minutes. Dr. Randall Weil, a San Francisco plastic surgeon, joins me this morning to tell us how to shrink wrap our necks. Dr. Weil, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I like that. Shrink wrap your neck. Tell us how it's done.
How it is done is this is a procedure that's very good for people with some fatty necks, fairly good skin, and what is done is that the fat is removed from the neck through a very small procedure. There's another little procedure in which the skin is tightened up, and then you become to have very nice contour again.
I completely forgot to warn people. We talked about it before the commercial break. This is a little bit on the graphic side, but it shows you exactly what is happening. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing? You are taking away some of the fat.
That's exactly correct. So this is a very small little needle, somewhat, that's used, and the fat is sucked out of the neck.
Like it's a liposuction procedure.
Very much so, very much so. But there's another little procedure again in which the skin is tightened because you do not want the skin to be loose.
Who is doing this?
I think there are quite a few people that are doing it. There's
Is this prevalent? A lot of people have the fatty
very
deposits?
Common. It's very, very common. It can happen in men and women who are younger, in their 20s and 30s. That's a family trait, or older people.
Oh, in other words,
well.
You can't do those little exercises, and it's just
they come in all the time trying them, but it just doesn't work.
Okay, let me ask you: when you look at the procedure, do you have more men or women, or is it sort of?
I'd say there are more women, but it's a great procedure for men because they're basically no incisions. They're very small little ones that you cannot see.
How long for recovery here?
Oh, many people are back in 2-3 days. There will be some bruising and some swelling, but usually within a couple of days it looks very good. And if you wore something to cover the neck, like a turtleneck, works fine. You can be back in at least 2 days.
How long have you been doing this procedure?
Usually about a couple of years.
And good results?
For the right person, they love the procedure.
Mm-hmm. When you look at all of the things that, all of the different plastic surgery procedures that have come new, plastic surgery is really, its image has changed in the last couple of years, hasn't it?
You know, it has so much. A lot of people now are doing things for maintenance. This is considered kind of a maintenance procedure in order to continue to look good for a long period of time.
These are the results. We wanted to show this. We had the before, and this is the after.
Sure. You get a very nice contour to the neck.
That was before, obviously. Was that before?
Correct. You see some heaviness in the neck, a little bit of extra fat, and the skin is fairly good here. So this is a very, very good candidate. This woman is in her mid-40s, I believe.
Okay, this is the after then. I'm sorry.
And then afterwards you get a very nice contour to the neck and to the jawline. And again, there's no extra skin, which is going to be loose or floppy.
Is this the kind of procedure that you do once, or is will it possibly come back?
No, usually once is it. Okay. And then maybe after a period of time we have another little mini procedure in which the skin can be tightened, if that is what the problem is.
Have you had any complications whatsoever from this, or do people any
Not
reactions?
really. No, not really. People just feel a little numbness for maybe about a month, and the bruising and swelling, but any significant complications, no.
And finally, I know people who are interested in this type of procedure. What is the cost? It
runs about $3,500.
$3,500.
That can be done in office. Takes about 20-25 minutes, and people are gone in an hour.
Okay. What should people look for when they're talking to plastic surgeons? Someone who has had a little more experience in this? And would you call it neck liposculpture when you go in to talk about that stuff?
Liposculpture, liposuction, basically fairly similar thing. Mainly, I think it's for people who want to have the contour of the neck back to the way it was when they were younger, and so a professional can look at them and see whether the skin is good enough.
Dr. Randall Weil, thank you so much for joining us
My
this morning.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Interesting procedure.
Thank you.